Hello guys, let's get into the blacksmith part
いらっし
now.
ゃい。
So you have a whole host of options. Now you would be thinking we have so many weapons
また
that
どう
we
ぞ。
have collected, right? So what do we do for them? Well, one option is you go to the shrine, you make go to make offering, and suppose you were to give this. So let's give this. Make offering, so you will get divine rice, and in return for divine rice you can go to the Kodama Bazaar. It can't be there at the starting point, but at any of the shrines in any of the missions, you can go and either purchase elixirs, or you can purchase talismans, you can purchase gunpowder, you can purchase ammo for rifles. All those things you can purchase. So that is option number one. Option number two is you go to the blacksmith,
いらっしゃい。
and here you can sell them. You can sell them for gold. So let's say yeah, so this is what you can do. Or the third option is you can go to disassemble. Yeah, and in return on the right you can see the fragments or the items, or the rather the material that we will get once we disassemble them, right? So foot soldier spear you disassemble, and you got some wood, you got umbracite. So let me just do this. After every 5 or 6 missions, it's always a good idea to just do this, else suddenly you will have so much gear with you, you won't know what to do with all of this, and it can become very very confusing. Which is the weapon that has been equipped, what ones do we work with, and so on and so forth. So let's keep doing this. It will take a while for me to close this. Okay, let's see next. Yeah. Okay. Sorry guys, you would have probably been bored, but this is something that you also, it's a good advice to do it every 5 or 6 levels once you've accumulated enough material. In Forge, all your smithing text that you have got, through that you can forge a variety of armor. So on the top, the rarity level shows the probability of you getting an item of that rarity. So if I were to go ahead and try a Soshi Dual Tachi, I have a 26% chance of turning it into a purple item, and this is the material that I need. I need one ingot. I have this, but I don't have wood. I need right, and I have lacquer. So, but this is not there, so I would not be able to for sure do a purple item from this. So this similarly you can do armor. You can then do tools. These are all the consumables that you can craft, and this is all the materials that you would be using to forge your armor or weapons, right? So as you start getting higher level items, you will require highest quality, high quality. Similarly, like for weapon and armor, over here also you have a white, blue, yellow kind of a marking. So for you to craft umbracite, you will require umbracite fragments. I have 264, so through that I can craft 26 umbracite. Now, how will this help? You can go to temper. You can select, let's say, this weapon, and you want to change this particular item. Then you can select one. Which one do you want to take? And by doing this, you will be utilizing one umbracite. The options on the right are randomly generated, so you can keep switching around. So for example, let's say I were to go for this, so this is how it will get replaced. But if I think then this is not something that I really want, so I can again go over here, and from this I can maybe choose a strong attack break. So this is how it will get replaced, and so on and so forth. So you can keep looking at the different options that come, and finally when you have the best possible set of things that you would want on your sword or any armor or any weapon, that's where then you stop. So this is on the tempering part, right? Refashion is pretty simple. You can take a piece of equipment. Let's say if I were to take yeah, and I take that this is the item that I want to copy, then and click on refashion. So this is how it will happen. It takes a pretty good chunk of gold for you to be able to do that. It takes 696, and as you start refashioning again the rarer items and all, then the costs will increase dramatically. So that is on the refashion part. Temper we just saw, disassemble we just saw. Soul match is to upgrade. So for example, if you have a base equipment which is at a lower level, let's say yeah, and I take this. So by consuming this Senjun Tachi at level 23, my Yamato Tachi, which is at level 13, will get upgraded into a level 23 Yamato Tachi, like what you can see on the right. However, as you can see, the soul matching cost is 87,103 gold. So far we have just accumulated 47,352. So doing this incurs a pretty big chunk of gold, and for that you can go back and do buying and selling. So in yeah, sure. So this is all the options that we have for the blacksmith. Now we have three missions that we can close over here, submissions, before we move to the next region. Let's quickly close them. I will not do this one. Yeah, let's do the favor for the blacksmith. Let's level up. Let's get magic to 10. Oh no, let's do that later. Let's first get art to 14. Let's look at the skills that we have for dual swords in a bit of detail. Just want to check a few things here. So that skill does not really stagger the enemies a lot. I would have expected that to happen. I was just checking that out. So you'll have two of these the fire spouting wheels ahead, up ahead. Skip. Yeah. So let's fight them one by one. The poison is a really good, nice status to give. What it does is that even when you're not attacking it, it keeps damaging. So that's so the poison damage does that, and you have the lightning talisman or the lightning amulet, which will cause everyone to go a bit slow. So if you accumulate lightning on any of the enemies, their movement will become slower. If you accumulate poison status on enemies, then they'll constantly keep getting damage. That's it. This mission is also done. Let's see before we end the mission what equipment we have got. I think we got a good sword. Let's check that out. Life drain on final blow. And we have got a corruption which can be imbued. Okay. This is also an excellent Kusarigama. If one is going for a Kusarigama build, it has a corruption, it has a bonus on enemies defeated. So, should we change this? Is the question. Let's change the dual Uchigatana to this. Higher armor, but the toughness comes below, goes down below from 155 to 117. Yeah, let's change this gives us 15 attunement spots, and if you compare Shirohame, it gives us a life drain on a melee kill. It imbues our yokai abilities with poison, and as compared to this, which gives you an enema bonus or a final blow damage, I think this one's good. We'll go with this. And let's attune soul cores. We have 15, right? So let's check what we can do over here. The one that we will be putting for sure is this, that takes up 10 slots. So we really don't have. What else can we put over here? Just don't look at the the power, the effect, but also let's go through what benefits or the special effects it gives us. Our options are severely restricted by the fact that we only have 5 attunement spots that we can take. The attunement limit is 15. We have taken up 10 through the Yatsunakami Soul Core. Yes. Great, guys. Let's stop here and we'll move ahead in the next video. Thank you, guys.